Hey, 376. So this week is program design philosophy. I have slides and a lecture. And what I want you to come up with this week is a template for a workout. And by a workout template, there's examples towards the end of the slides and video. As I say in the lecture, these templates are just, they're okay. They need to be cleaned up. So of all the different movement categories that you'll review, you're going to generate something like this, where each day you're going to have a given number of movement categories, okay? There's no right or wrong. Making mistakes is how we learn. And after you write the template, and the day frequency you have is alphabetical. So Bickelhop to Lakowska, sorry, you have 4-day-a-week templates. McLaughlin to Ramos, we have 2 Ramoses. You need to do 3 days, and then Rosberg to Zoo, you lucky ducks only have a 2-day frequency template. So you're going to write the template up. And when you write the template, to make it easier for us, don't attach a file. Cut and paste that file right into the discussion board. Because if you have to click the discussion board and download the file, it's easier to one-click and view instead of download and open something. So post your frequency day under the designated thread. As always, you're going to have to critique a frequency template. And also, you're going to identify a set and rep scheme. And it's up to you which one you want to choose. And I give a really terrible example of 2 sets of 25 reps at 55 to 65% 1 rep max. And the adaptation is going to be increased muscular endurance. So you'll be able to do more repetitions at a given weight for that rep range. And I link in the article to something called Prilipin's chart that you can see here. And it's old school. I just want you to be familiar with it. This is an article from a strength coach named Callie Hinsman. And I like the summary here, the reverse engineering theory of why you're picking the rep range that you're picking. So we talked about rep ranges and percentages in EXS 275. So it's somewhat of a reminder here. And then this is Prilipin's chart. Remember, as we talked about in strength in the previous week, these are just percentages. So, and by the way, I think you just have, no one lifts at 100% 1 rep max, okay? You don't train at 100%, okay? Risk of injury, dangerous, okay? So use this, read this short article, and think about your own situation. Think about what adaptation you want to see take place. And like the adaptation table assignments you did, I want you to look up a research article, if possible, and identify the set rep scheme adaptation. So for instance, lifted, yeah. So max strength, 67 kilos. They went to 81 kilos, high resistance, low rep group. Look, medium resistance, 65 kilos to 71. And low resistance, high rep went from 65 to 68. So these were strength measurements, but then look at the endurance measurements. So the low resistance, high rep group did 35 reps, but then they did almost 50, like a 40% increase. Easy example of increasing endurance. So the resistance for each set was selected such that max was limited to 6 to 8 reps. The low resistance high rep group consisted of 1 set. They did 1 set of 100 to 150 bench presses. And then the medium resistance group did 2 sets of 30 to 40. Ugh. So those were like 2 giant endurance sets with 1 strength. Well, at least you get, I hope that example gives you an idea of what I want you to try to find. Essentially, what we're trying to do is what I was asking you to do in the other table exercise. I want you to look at a research article and see if you can match what you're reading for adaptations on the Prilipin's chart, on the charts from the textbook, and the adaptations that you wrote out. See if you can find a research study that backs up what the chart says, all right? So that's it for this week. Program design, watch this lecture, look at the slides, write up a template program, and identify a set rep scheme that you want to use with that program, and look up our research article to tie the two together to see how you can identify what adaptations will take place. All right, thanks 376.